The new Microsoft 365 Copilot-powered search experience is rolling out to the Microsoft 365 Copilot app. If you're in targeted release, you probably already see it, and it will be hitting general availability in the coming months. So what is this update, and what does it let you do that you haven't been able to achieve with search previously? Let's take a look. But before we start, a quick introduction. My name is Nick. I help smaller businesses achieve more using AI, and I specialise in Microsoft 365 Copilot and the AI tools that are part of Microsoft's platform. If what you see in this video is useful to you, it'd be great if you could give it a like, drop a comment below letting me know what helped you the most, and consider subscribing so you can see more like this in the future. And if you need more direct help with your organisation's Copilot adoption or other AI project, consider reaching out to learn how I can help. Information on this is down in the description. The new Copilot Search capability was first announced as part of the Wave 2 spring release updates presented a couple of months ago as an integral part of the new Microsoft 365 Copilot app. And as I highlighted when that new app interface was released a little later, Search was one of the upgrades we were still waiting on. But now, rolling out in preview and soon to general availability, those with a Microsoft 365 Copilot license will see the option to try out the new Copilot Search experience. Now, it is important to highlight that this new Copilot Search capability is only available for licensed users. So if you're someone who only has Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat, even if you get other paid Microsoft 365 Copilot features like SharePoint agents through pay-as-you-go, you cannot get this new search experience without the license. The first time you access the new search tool in the Microsoft 365 Copilot app, you'll see this pop-up promising that now you can get personalised answers about your work with AI-powered universal search. So what does that mean, and how does it differ from the existing search function, or the one that unlicensed users will continue to experience? If we start with the basic experience, already the search tool in the Microsoft 365 Copilot app has a visual upgrade compared to the previous Microsoft 365 Portal search. Your search page is broken down to show recommended items and quick access, separated into recent items, shared items and favourites. You can filter based upon file type and even create new filters using metadata like file location, although in testing so far, I cannot seem to get these options to work correctly. Your experience of this non-Copilot search is exactly the same whether or not you have a Copilot license, except for one difference. Licensed users will see Copilot Chats (work) as an option under type. Searching here, I'll say I want to find something related to Project Breadcrumb. I just type in the search term and search, and a bunch of results come up from across Microsoft 365. I can then filter based on file type or modified date, and sort based on relevance or file modified or created date. I can also select different data types to view. This is the basic experience of search we've all been used to in Microsoft 365 for a while. In the new Copilot Search, visually the search experience looks identical. The options under recommended and quick access are exactly the same, and the presented file options are also an exact duplicate. Given that depending on which license you have, you may or may not be able to see this, making it look exactly the same is appreciated as it will ease the challenge of adoption training or support somewhat. But as soon as we click into the search input box, the experience changes. Whereas before we saw a bunch of different types of assets, including apps, files, people and sites, here in the new experience we just see a bunch of recent files. But a different list of recent files than is shown in the quick access recent files view. Why the difference? I'm not too sure. But what I can tell you is that it seems to think SharePoint and OneDrive are the same thing, as I swear some of those files with the little SharePoint icon in the corner are actually stored in OneDrive. If I do the same search, it gives largely the same results, although ordered slightly differently, and I'm given some different sorting and filtering options. I also see info on each asset that is clearly generated with AI, giving a better overview of what the asset is in relation to the search. However, I can also be a lot fluffier in my search. For example, if I start typing a request like what is the status of Project Breadcrumb, you can see that it switches to the default of Ask Copilot mode, and if I run that search, I not only get some results, but I also get a Copilot narrative response. And I can also continue a chat with Copilot here. The thing that does seem interesting about this response is that the documents Copilot prioritises to cite in its response are not exactly the same ones that Search prioritises in its results. This seems weird, as given the same purpose, shouldn't the Copilot-generated narrative just rely on the most closely matched search results? I mean, there is definitely overlap, but shouldn't there be a like-for-like match? Back in the days of the Microsoft 365 portal and plain Microsoft Search, there was a fairly unified search experience across Microsoft 365. But now, depending on where you land, you'll stray pretty far from this new search experience, regardless of whether you have a Microsoft 365 Copilot license or not. Here in SharePoint, if I search for Project Breadcrumb, I get the older style Microsoft search results. With a more narrative search, I just get less results and no Copilot insights. But if I jump to somewhere like Word, the search experience there now defaults to that more Copilot-focused chat approach. These subtly different variations across Microsoft 365 are not just a feature of search. In this new age of Copilot, whether or not you have a full license, along with other factors like pay-as-you-go enablement, can make a big difference in what features are actually available to each of your users. Ensuring you have a robust adoption plan and adequate user support is essential. If you're just getting started with Microsoft 365 Copilot, or you're already in the midst of ongoing adoption, consider getting in touch with me to learn about my adoption and enablement services to steer you on the right path. Considering all the fuss from those earlier announcements about the addition of AI-powered search to the Copilot app, this new experience feels like a very iterative change. Apart from slightly nicer file overviews in Search, what this adds is just a new jumping off point for Copilot, rather than a completely revolutionary way of dealing with search across Microsoft 365. That transformative set of features to allow users to get on top of their data, still 2 years in, feels like the really logical goal for Microsoft in deploying AI that is conspicuously absent from Microsoft 365 Copilot. What sets Microsoft Service, in large part, apart from tools like ChatGPT, is the built-in access to organisational data. And the question I really had for AI-powered search was whether this would be the update that would 10x the value you get by layering Copilot on top of those organisational assets. Copilot Search is a good upgrade, but it's certainly not that revolution. And in creating yet another jumping off point for Copilot, I think potentially it's a step in the wrong direction. I would far rather see Search merged into Copilot's interface than have Copilot merged into Search. To me, it feels like a redundancy and just another piece of clutter in an already complex user experience. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. You'll hear a lot of people when guiding usage approaches for Copilot cautioning that the Copilot prompt input box isn't Search. And that's true. But by integrating Copilot into Search, it proves that it's a very valid use case where people want to use the types of things they type into generative AI in place of Search. And frankly, Copilot is pretty good at Search. We get hung up on the idea that a 2 or 3 word search query is not a good prompt, but that hang up is really one that we should have left back in 2022 or 23. Modern AI models are going to take a good guess based on just some search terms that you want information related to those search terms, and because of Copilot's deep RAG integration to your data, particularly for organisational content, it's going to present pretty good results that often overlap fairly well with those that come from search. It's a less optimised UI for searching, but I think there's an argument to be made that in this context, a jack-of-all-trades UI that users are familiar with might be better than a patchwork of subtly different capabilities where your mental energy instead gets spent on selecting the right tool. And the one big elephant in the room with this update, in my opinion, is that toggle option to turn on the new search or to turn it off. I really am quite perplexed by that, as I don't really understand why we didn't just get the same type of option for the whole new Microsoft 365 Copilot app. It seems to me it would be just as valid for some users to want to return to the old Microsoft 365 portal as it is for users to want to deviate from the new search experience, back to the older one that is only slightly different. I'm truly interested to learn your takes on this new addition, or the overall picture of Copilot with the new Copilot app. Start the discussion down in the comments. Thanks for watching through to the end. Until the next video, bye bye.